For a number of years, Tesla has been trying to introduce casting technology to its production process. Basically, they want a technology that would allow them to produce larger parts of its vehicle in bigger pieces. Ideally, they want two huge castings to cater for the front and rear side of the car and connect the two with the battery as part of the overall structure. In 2020, Tesla bought the world's largest casting machine and installed it at their Fremont Gigafactory. The first task was to use the technology on its Model Y, and according to Elon Musk, they managed to turn what were originally 70 parts of the Model 3's rear undercarriage into just 2 parts in the Model Y electric SUV. Fewer parts make the assembly process easier and also creates fewer potential failure scenarios. The end result is a cheaper and more durable product. While Musk did seem happy with how the new process turned out, the eventual focus is to adopt a one-piece cast approach. Tesla is now set to assemble the largest casting press in the world that will help speed up the production rate, save operating costs, carbon footprint, plant operating cost, and the amount of equipment used. The automaker also plans to reduce the number of molding machines needed to build a chassis, and it could even build a complete chassis. At present, there are multiple gigacasting machines installed and functioning at Tesla's Fremont factory and were first seen from drone footage before last year's Battery Day. Due to a lack of space inside the factory, Tesla decided to install the machines out in an open area. Tesla is also using the same casting technology at its Shanghai Gigafactory, where the Model Y production numbers are likely to improve. The Gigafactory Berlin is slated to have 8 giant casting machines, which is more than any other factory Tesla has. In fact, when the plant starts its operations, it will be the first of its kind to introduce a complete production line involving die-cast machines. It has been said that the single-piece casting will make the car safer to drive. The manufacturer of these machines is tera, that manufactures the biggest die-casting machines in the world. The die-casting technique is something that many car manufacturers have been using, but Tesla is now looking to use the technology to replace the entire front and rear section of the chassis. According to Elon Musk, the die-cast and structural battery configuration is an architecture we've been wanting to do at Tesla for a long time, and we finally figured it out. I think it is the way all electric cars in the future will ultimately be made. It is the right way to do things, and it starts with having a single-piece casting for the front body and the rear body. This means that the front and rear castings will eliminate 70 different parts that must be fastened and sealed properly. Currently, the focus is on the die-cast rear structure before moving on to front casting and then the battery pack. If all of it works out, the company will be eliminating the need for 370 different parts. A few years ago, we were already impressed with the robotic line Tesla had been using for production. However, due to gigacasting, even that technology will become outdated. Musk explained in a video interview in the Monroe Live YouTube channel, "You want fewer things, not more. We got rid of 300 robots just with the rear body casting. When we go to the front body casting, we'll get rid of another 300 robots." Sealing the gaps between joined parts is not an easy task for any car manufacturer, and the worst thing about these gaps is that you never know when they start reappearing. Of course, Tesla could have muscled through it, or the R&D department would have unearthed a new groundbreaking solution, but that would not have saved time on producing a single unit the way Gigapress would. This makes us wonder why Tesla did not opt for Gigapress sooner. The answer to this is that huge die-casting presses were not available at that time. The Gigapress itself presented many engineering challenges that our team resolved step by step during the research and development process, which took more than 2 years, stated tera General Manager Riccardo Ferrario in a video posted on tera's YouTube channel announcing the company's OL6100 CS Gigapress. The injection system is the most innovative around, and tera is definitely becoming the go-to company for the automakers around the world who want to shift from traditional stampings to castings. Right now, the Gigapress is available in 2 versions, one that presses with 5,500 tons of force, and the other one that presses with 6,200 tons of force. Tesla is already using both variants. The 6,200-ton variant is going to be used for the Cybertruck, while the other one would be used to create cast for the Model Y. In fact, tera has already received an order from an unnamed company for its 8,000-ton version, and also could be used for the production of chassis components of larger vehicles such as the Semi. The chassis castings will also help Tesla move to using structural battery packs that are lighter and save a lot of space. This is what Musk had to say about how the new layout will help improve vehicle efficiency. The cells today in every car are carried like a sack of potatoes, he said. They actually have negative structural value. They don't serve to aid in the structure of the car, and they have to be isolated from the rest of the car, from vibration and shock loads, that kind of thing. It's pertinent to mention here that the castings will transfer load into the battery pack in a smoother and continuous manner. Of course, all of us are interested in how the production targets will improve due to Gigapress. A Gigapress has a cycle time of 90 seconds, which means that it can carry out 1,000 castings per day. The Berlin factory is likely to have 6 casting machines, which means that Tesla can produce 4,000 vehicles per day and 1.5 million vehicles every year, which is quite a significant number if you look at the company's current sales. Keep it in mind that the Gigafactory in Berlin is only going to produce Model Y. On the face of it, Gigapress is going to play a big role in Tesla's endgame, which is to become a premier automotive choice for buyers all over the world. Easier said than done, because if Tesla can incorporate giant casting into its production guidelines, you can expect its rivals to do the same. As we mentioned in one of our previous videos, Volkswagen is set for a complete EV transformation in the next few years, and unlike legacy automakers, the German manufacturer has shown a great deal of flexibility in terms of changing its ways. Then you have a lot of car manufacturers in China who might take a lot of time understanding how the Gigapress works, but will eventually be able to use the technology in their own manufacturing processes. There have been instances of people trying to hack Tesla on various levels, but when it comes to reverse engineering the car technology, not many companies have made significant inroads. Not yet, anyway. However, you can expect IDRA to be dealing with other automotive giants in the coming months, especially if Tesla's bet on Gigapress starts paying its dividends. Just like battery manufacturers are dealing with other automakers, it won't be surprising to see IDRA strike a deal with companies other than Tesla. Of course, we're not expecting to see another company bet on the Gigapress in the coming months. Right now, it is a canvas owned by Tesla, and it is going to play around with it long enough to perfect it. But once the Gigapress proves its use, there will definitely be other companies and contractors willing to dive in. But that being said, Tesla might not need to acquire an entire fleet of casting machines, since these machines are unlikely to wither away due to the daily usage and will last for at least a couple of decades as long as they are maintained. And looking at the pristine state of all the Gigafactories, you can expect Tesla to keep its biggest investments in mint condition all year round. There is also a possibility of Tesla acquiring IDRA, but then again, the chances of that happening are slim because of what we mentioned earlier about the quantity of machines the company needs at the moment. IDRA might remain Tesla's go-to provider for its Gigapress, but the number of orders are only going to increase if Tesla decides to open up a few more Gigafactories around the globe.